I still haven't transitioned into black coffee yet. I don't think I ever will. I think I actually enjoy just having a little bit of milk or creamer and some honey in there. Maybe one day I'll do the switch, but for now, it's a no-go. But yo, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys who are new here, my name is Levi. Starting off the morning, just how every perfect morning should go, with a cup of coffee and begging for food, per usual. Today's actually Saturday, so I don't have how do I describe this? I have a workout, but it's different. It's gonna be all my stability and mobility stuff, so we'll run through that in a little bit. We're gonna be doing it at home today. And then depending on time, I may or may not go into the sauna. My buddy Ezra has another jiu-jitsu tournament today that I'm gonna be going to. So I don't have all of the time in the world, but I have enough time to take you guys through that workout. It's gonna be a little different. You guys can definitely implement some of the stuff that you're gonna be seeing into your own, like maybe you have a stability and mobility day. You can implement some of these things into yours. Other than that, it's not too much of a workout. So if you guys have ever wondered, like, should I roll out before or after my workout? Here's what I have to say for that. So a lot of information online contradicts one another. So some things online will be like,
you should roll out before your workout.
And other things say, you
should roll out after your workout.
And when you see a lot of stuff like that online, the best thing to do is just do what feels best for you. The most important thing is the fact that you're just getting it in. Like for me, I like to roll out before my workouts that are my stability and mobility workout and my leg day workout. Every other workout, I like to roll out after the workout, and it's because I just like doing it that way. And again, I think the primary importance here is the fact that you're just getting it in every single day. But for today's workout, we're primarily going to be focusing on the stability and mobility of my hip, because this is the thing that I am trying to fix and get stronger so I can get back on track with my marathon prep. I think it'll be super valuable for you guys, because whether you're training for a marathon, whether you're trying to get into some sort of athletic or primarily focus on, your squats, your lifts and stuff, hip mobility and stability is like a foundation for all of those things, because in athletics, you need it for explosion. Same thing goes with lifting. And then for running, you need it for the stabilization and making nice long strides. So if you haven't been focusing on hip mobility and stability, this workout will be great for every single one of y'all. Now, I know I said that we're gonna be focusing on hip stability and strength in these workouts, but we're also focusing on glute strength and glute stability. I don't know if you guys noticed by some of the workouts. And the reason that we're doing that is because the portion of my hip that's actually injured is my gluteus medius, which is part of your hip, also part of your glute, hence like glute is literally in the name. And your gluteus medius is really heavily involved in lateral movement, side to side. So you use a lot in sports. And so for me, that muscle just wasn't strong enough for the load that I was putting onto it when I was playing sports, specifically track. During my senior year of track, I remember during one meet, I had changed my throwing form, and I was torquing a lot on this hip, and I just released on one throw, and it just torqued the hell out of my hip. I remember I was injured pretty bad for a couple weeks, and then it kind of went away, but it didn't fully go away. And so a few years following post high school, it would kind of irritate me every now and then again. And within these last like 2 years, I really started to notice, like, man, I cannot squat the same. Like, it hurts so bad to squat. And after some runs where I was trying to go really fast, it would hurt really bad too. And yeah, I've just gotten to the point where I'm kind of tired of that. It was making lifting not fun, because it would actually affect some of my upper body lifts too, because the muscle was so tight and in so much pain, it was affecting my lower back. And so that affects every workout if you've ever had lower back pain. And luckily I don't have any lower back pain right now, but the hip is still there and still in a lot of pain. So just focusing on recouping that. And so right here, I just want to emphasize, like, if you want to continue to train like an athlete, or maybe you still are an athlete in high school, you need to really be focusing on stability workouts and strength workouts for certain muscle groups that you necessarily wouldn't think of, because they're going to keep you healthy long term. And I wish I would have known that in high school. I'm happy that I know it now, but it's just, again, one of those things that I wish I knew, because it would have prevented me from having to miss this marathon prep that I want to get into. But I think just with school and everything that's going on, it's probably a good thing that I'm not doing that. But yeah, your gluteus medius is heavily involved in a lot of sports activities. You know, I pronate when I run, and your gluteus medius is super important for stabilizing the rest of your leg when your foot is pronating and going inward, because all of that transfers all the way up to the hip, your glutes and hips, to keep it stable or you stable during the run. So definitely be doing these. Also finish off with some Supermans at the gym, because I'm at my home gym today. I use the thing where you lock your legs in and use a plate and lift up like that, strengthening my lower back, which is insanely good for squats, insanely good for running, insanely good for everything. And then I also do a little bit of ab work throughout the week. I didn't do it today because I did abs 3 times this week. So just primarily focus on stability stuff for muscle groups that you necessarily wouldn't think of, and you guys will be good. So we're done with the stability portion of the workout, and now I'm gonna tell you guys basically what I do for mobility. So my mobility work is like a cross between my warm-ups and stretches. So I do my whole stretching thing, and then I also implement some of the things from my warm-up into it as well, such as the opening the gate and closing the gate with my hips, and some other things. So if you guys want to implement any of those into your mobility routine, what I'll do is I'll link down below, which I've done in other videos, is my whole warm-up routine. And then if you guys want to follow a stretching routine, there's tons on YouTube you can search up. I kind of just came up with my own, and it's structured primarily around my hip. I understand that not everyone has as bad of hip issues as me, so just follow one online that's about 10-15 minutes, do it every single day, and you'll be good to go. So the reason I showed you guys the mobility and stability work wasn't just so you guys have something to use in your arsenal, although I do hope that you guys use that stuff in your arsenal, but it was also to show you guys what athletes do aside from just doing the thing. And I talked about that in a previous video with hybrid training and the problem with it, because I feel like in fitness right now there's this weird kind of gray area on what makes someone an athlete. And I want to make it clear again that being an athlete is not just doing the thing itself, whether that's football, soccer, basketball, lifting, running, whatever it is, because you can stick anyone into any of those sports right there, but they would not be considered an athlete, right? Like you could take someone who's never even done an athletic pursuit in their life and have them play baseball, and you would not consider them an athlete, right? And by definition, an athlete is someone who's practicing physical exercises in order to become proficient at the thing itself. So for example, and I talked about this again in the previous video, is that Patrick Mahomes gets better at football and becomes a better athlete through doing other physical exercises that will help him become better at football. And the same thing goes for running and lifting. That's why I have a problem with people who just lift or they just run calling themselves athletes. Like, you're not an athlete just because you're performing the thing, right? Being an athlete is becoming proficient at that thing. Does that make sense? So you can be an athlete and be a lifter or a runner or whatever it is, and the way to do that is practicing other physical exercises in order to become better at either one of those things, you know, and that involves injury prevention, mobility and stability work, same things that Patrick Mahomes does to become better at football. Not necessarily the same exercises, but the same principles. And I like to think of Tom Brady, for example. Like, Tom Brady has become one of the greatest athletes of all time in sports, not because of his athletic abilities, but the things that he's done outside of the game of football, which is, you know, practicing injury prevention, stability, mobility work, and a whole bunch of other things to become the better athlete at football. Because if, you know, Tom Brady just played football all the time, he wouldn't be as great of an athlete as he is today. He's done other things that have allowed him to progress and become proficient in that avenue. And another huge thing that I think separates athletes from people who just like lifting or whatever it is that athletes follow a discipline, right? They have this whole thing laid out where they're not just doing the thing that they like doing. They're disciplined in the sense that, you know, they might hate stability work, but they do it anyway to be better at the actual thing that they do. And again, you can be an athlete and a lifter at the same time, but you have to be practicing things outside of the lifting itself to be considered, in my opinion, what an athlete is. I think that's what's made lifting so fun for me, is that I don't just treat it as lifting, I treat it as an athletic pursuit, because I know what it's like coming out of high school, dude. It's pretty hard to, you know, all of a sudden be in the world without some sort of athletic that you're training for and getting better at. And so with lifting, you know, I take it to an extreme or an athletic avenue where, you know, I'm not just lifting, I'm also, you know, doing my recovery work, stability, mobility, recovery. I'm doing all that stuff in order to become a more proficient lifter. And that's what's made it so much more fun for me. And so again, I think that's just what separates athletes from people who like to do things in a recreational sense. I hope that clears some things up about what athletes actually are. I know not everyone's gonna agree with this take, but I don't really care because it's my opinion. Office right now before Ezra's Jiu-Jitsu tournament that we got today. He's got another today that we're heading out to in Everett, just a little past Seattle. Delivering a Kill Built package. You guys just saw me getting that ready to go at my place. And I just want to say thank you. It was Corey. Corey, I appreciate you, man. I hope that your ultra training is going really well. And for those who don't know, I have a clothing brand and the name for it is Kill Built. There should be like a Google thing down below, like a Google shop on my YouTube channel that'll allow you to go down and check it out. So if you guys are interested at all, want to support the brand and the movement, please do so. If you guys have any questions in terms of like returns or anything, you can just comment down below and ask, or just shoot me a message directly on like Instagram or something. Just wanted to toss that in there and say thank you once again, Corey, for that. But we're gonna be at Ezra's in the next few minutes. Should be a good one today. He's got a few matches rather than the one that he just had last time.
Going on, man? What do we got going on today, man?
Really out here, bro. About to get this business in. Out in Everett, getting a little grappling tournament.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick somebody up and I'm gonna slam them. I'm looking for back takes, submissions. Really, we're just out here XP farming. This is just a side quest, but
Yeah.
more coming soon.
Where's the bling?
Just touch on the back. The back's a little dirty. Dude, we got gold again, 3-0. It was fun. It was a lot more fun than the last one. We're getting better. Second Jits tournament. And what more to say? No.
I got something to add. He completely controlled every single fight. Like he won't tell you it, because like he's like, you know, he's a good humble dude. But I'll tell you, bro, he just dominated every single person in the room. Like the other people didn't even have a control or say what was going on in the fight, and that's evident by the film footage.
Yeah, I mean, I had a blast. I think the last tournament I got in my own head because I was so worried on the outcome. I wanted to win at any cost. But today I didn't really care. I just wanted to kick some ass, have some fun, get experience, and that's exactly what we did. So I'm ready to get back in the gym tomorrow, get after it. But now we got to focus on that 80%. I got to focus on my diet, eating right, sleeping, prioritize eating and sleeping, recovery. But we put in that work in today's show, so we're only going up from here, baby.
Yes, sir.
We're only going up from here.
Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier about being an athlete. It's the whole 9 yards, not just one thing. But it's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you all liked today's video. If you guys did, give it a little bit of a like. If you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button.
Yeah, cool.
I'm bleeping that. I'll see you all in the next one.
We'll be right back.